Hi, this is Simon Leung back with another episode of the G Live Show, and hopefully you are having a great day. We are on at a slightly different time today, and maybe that is the reason why we are once again experiencing some technical difficulties. For whatever reason, StreamYard is not connecting into our Facebook group. So unfortunately, if you happen to have to watch this on the replay, or if you happen to be watching us from somewhere else, well, that is yet another reason why you should be joining us across all of our social media platforms, because it's not always that every single one of them will connect successfully. And unfortunately, when things like this happens and you don't happen to be joining us on YouTube, for example, you're not on Twitch, you're not on our Facebook pages, then unfortunately you're not able to join us live right now. But for those of you who do happen to be joining us live, a huge congratulations to you. And if you definitely want to make sure that you are also across all of our variety of different social media accounts, make sure that you check the ticker right now, as well as in the description above or below this video, whenever or wherever you might happen to be watching this right now, so that you can actually join us across all of our social media channels and pages, as well as private community groups, so that you can be sure to join us live whenever possible. Now, today, because I actually don't know if I'm talking to just a brick wall, if I'm talking to nobody, or if I'm just talking to myself, I'm just going to go ahead and continue on with the lesson that I have here for you today, which should be ideally very interesting to you, especially if you had the opportunity to check us out on the previous live stream, the live show that we did a few days ago, where we showed you step by step how you can promote Groove as an affiliate with Facebook events. And of course, this works extremely well, whether you're promoting something like a launch, like a Grooveathon, or the upcoming GrooveAsia launch event as well. As you know, right here in Groove, we do launches and we do webinars and we do virtual events all the time. Okay, so this strategy is absolutely helpful to you. But today, because the last one was a little bit long, it was approaching an hour. Again, I want to stress that maybe, just maybe, these types of long trainings may or may not be for you. However, if this is something that you're definitely interested in, you want to sit down and you want to watch step by step, then definitely pay attention. If this is not something that you want, then by no means, no obligation. It's not necessary to say that you don't want long trainings or that these are too long and that you don't have time. I get it. We're all busy. Go ahead, do what you need to do. No hard feelings. It won't hurt my feelings one bit. Okay, so for those of you who decide that you do want to join us, just know that yes, while many different things are definitely going on right here within the Groove community, I am busy all of the time just trying to figure out how to deliver more value to you. This is definitely one of our highest priorities. All right, so if you're new, make sure that you check out our recent trainings if you're interested in watching those step by step, especially because this is more or less a part 2 of a Facebook events type of training. If you haven't already, make sure that you go ahead and watch that. And I'm going to go ahead and share that within the chat right here, right now, so that you actually will have the opportunity to go there and see exactly what it is that you need to do in order for you to find those archives trainings as well. Okay, so right here, right now, I'm also going to show my screen for you. And as you can see, if you go to grooveover.to/launch training, once again, that's grooveover.to/launch training, you are going to see our recent training sessions, both live as well as in videos, where you will get a lot more information, not just about the launch event that we showed you, exactly how you can promote, but anything that you want to know in regards to JV partnership, in regards to affiliate marketing. There's a lot of training on here that pretty much is step by step. Now, the one that I did share with you about just moments ago, the one about the Facebook events affiliate marketing session, this one is number 12, as you can see right here on this screen. and it's called Memorial Day Special Free Affiliate Marketing Training. This was the training that I did for all of you on Monday, which was Memorial Day for many of our friends in the US, but also for many people who are not in the US who do not celebrate Memorial Day. I also want to make sure that you don't feel like we forgot about you, because we absolutely did not. In fact, every single day for the past several days, in fact, for pretty much the last several weeks, several times a week, in fact, we continue to come on all the time to make sure that we over deliver in terms of content for you. So if, once again, this is for you, you like this type of training, obviously you are more than welcome to join us live, as well as indulge yourself in watching all of these. But before you actually go into today's training, if for whatever reason you somehow missed out on the first part of the Facebook events, make sure that you do come back over here and watch this training in its entirety, because it's going to be absolutely helpful in order for you to actually take your next steps as well. Okay, so with all of that, once again, if you don't have time, if you have better things to do, if you have no interest in learning, then this is not for you. It's all fine and dandy. However, I will say that this is something that for the right people, for those of you who do want to make sure that not only you maximize your long-term results with the Groove Affiliate Program, but also take advantage of one-time only events, time-sensitive announcements. For example, the GrooveAsia launch event, which is going to happen one time only next weekend. If you happen to be joining us, the good news is that you are at the right place and at the right time. If somehow you watch this a little bit too late, then unfortunately, all of this will be obsolete already. And unfortunately, it's not going to be something that will be helpful to you. But today, I want to go back into our private community, and I want to share with you this link once again as what we did last time, because I want to invite you once again to take a look at the page that we had created. And by the way, I just saw that Nicholas is joining us #live on YouTube. Thank you very much. Unfortunately, right now we are not connecting. StreamYard is not doing cooperating, and we're not connecting to our Facebook groups, which means that unfortunately, those who are not connected, via other social media platforms, they are missing out. But regardless, we still want to invite you to go to facebook.com/GrooveAsiaCM, because once you actually go there, you're going to see this page. Okay, I'm going to take a step back just a little bit, because once you go to facebook.com/GrooveAsiaCM, okay, what I want to invite you to do is to go over here to where it says more, and then select events. And then you can basically see the exact event that I showed you how to build step by step just a few days ago in our Facebook Live, our YouTube Live, and our basically live training over here. Okay, so once again, go back to our channel to check out on the archives if you haven't already. It's very important that you watch that one first, because today I want to highlight a couple more ways after you actually create this page and this event, how else you can actually get more eyeballs. Okay, so last time we showed you really briefly that once you actually created this actual event, what you want to do, one of the things is to click right here on where it says invite, right? Because once you click on invite, the good news is that Facebook knows who your friends are, obviously, right? And so they're going to say, hey, how many of your friends do you actually want to invite to this event? And so with that, you can, as what we showed you last time, right? If I wanted to invite myself, I can. If I wanted to invite some of our other friends over here, you can basically just select whichever ones that you want. And after you have done so, click right down here where it is being blocked by the actual banner. So I'll turn that off temporarily. You'll see right here where it says send invites. Okay, so once you click on send invites, as a result of individually selecting your friends, then of course, this is something that you can do. In addition, if you had separate out your friend list into categories, just like me, right? Then you'll see some of these categories that you had actually created as lists. For example, I have lists for people whom I met on online events, for people who are YouTubers, just like me, right? For people who are in Groove, within our Groove community, people who are in a variety of our various other types of communities, and also different types of events that I had previously hosted in the past. So if you want to see, which ones you have actually done, for me, I can see that I hosted GrooveAsia.cm launch event. And so if I wanted to choose my friends who actually are inside of that particular invitation group, then I can select that. You can see I also created one last year for the 14-day Grooveathon 24-hour live stream. And then we also created a few ones for Penang as well as KL, my YouTuber Millionaire Secrets courses, as well as e-commerce courses, office hours, you name it. We pretty much have just a whole bunch of different previous events that I had hosted in the past. So if you also did the exact same thing, what you will be able to see is, of course, all your previously hosted events right here. Final chance to learn USD online secrets live in Malaysia. So definitely take advantage of the previous events that you had hosted. In addition, what you will see over here is that Facebook is also going to show you events that you had previously attended. So if you're going to go ahead and take a look at which ones you had attended in the past that were invited by other people, okay? These are the ones that you will see over here as well. As you scroll down just a little bit, you will also see that there's going to be another section where Facebook is going to show you your groups. So all these different groups that you may be a part of, that I am a part of. Anytime that you select any one of these, for example, it will actually show you your friends who are within these groups. And so with that, it is definitely a great idea. Groove Pages training, which by the way is of course hosted by Mr. Nicholas, whom we said hi to moments ago, Groove Pages training group. And so all of my friends who are within this part of the group, you will be able to see them here as well. And you can go ahead and select all of them to invite if you want. Last time this happened as well. Select all doesn't necessarily work the first time, but if you go ahead and click it a couple of times, then it looks like it finally works. And this one, Fun Ivy, the reason why it's not being selected is because she has already been invited. Okay, so this is only going to invite anybody who has not yet been invited. And so by using the invitation feature within your Facebook events, this is definitely one of many different ways that you will be able to use for maximizing your invitation. So unlike popular belief, just because you built this, it doesn't necessarily mean that they will come, okay? Like the field of dreams, that's not true. That's never true, in fact, when it comes to internet marketing. So once you actually create your launch event Facebook event page, once again, if you go back to our training over here, Groove Asia Live Memorial Day Special Free Affiliate Marketing Training, go through this. We walk you through step by step how I gave you permission to use this image if you wanted to. If you wanted to just simply copy and paste everything, right? I showed you the easy and fast way of copy and pasting your way to replicating this actual page, and the only thing that you need to change is of course your very own affiliate link. Okay, so today of course we wanted to show you and highlight how you can invite more people. Another way that you can invite more people that we didn't talk about last time, okay, is right here. What you're gonna see is a share button right there inside of the Facebook events. You will see a share button. Okay, so once you click on the share button, you're going to see a couple things, right? Number one, this is the shortened URL version of this Facebook event page. So if you don't want to copy and paste the entire facebook.com/events/1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 10, whatever that number happens to be, the good news is, of course, Facebook already automatically creates a shortened URL for you, which means that, of course, you can simply just use this right here, and this will just look a lot better for all of us once we actually start promoting. Okay, so you can copy that, you can paste this into your messenger, you can send this to your friends via WhatsApp, via Line, via Line and WeChat and Kakao, or whatever it is that you might happen to use. Plenty of different messenger platforms out there. And so if you want to simply copy and paste this, email this to your list as well, invite them. How awesome would that be, right? To simply copy and paste this link and spread the word. Another way that you can do this is, of course, in addition, you can also share this to a page. Once you click on share to a page, you will now be able to select any one of the pages that you are an admin or a moderator for, or in other words, you simply have permission to post on those particular pages. And so once you do that, right, simply select the page itself, and it'll give you this whole thing where it opens up a brand new window for you to create a post. Simply type whatever you want and then click on share, and you are done. Okay, so with that, use this share button that allows you to instantly and quickly share to any page that you are an owner of. All right, speaking of admins and moderators, what I actually meant was, of course, sharing into a group where you actually have permission to be posting. Now, of course, I recommend that the ones that you post to are groups that you actually own. Okay, because if you happen to be, sharing as all the other ones, so these are the ones that I own, if I post them to the groups that I own, then of course people expect to actually hear from you. But what you'll see on this list, just like what I'm seeing, are also a lot of groups that I'm simply a member of, and not necessarily an admin, not necessarily an editor, not necessarily a moderator or anything. So it does also give you the option to post and share into different groups, which of course, if you want to, definitely the way to do it, okay? And if, for example, I do a search for groups such as, I don't know, as an example, right, Malaysia, then I can type in Malaysia, or I can type in events, or I can type in seminars or whatever, right? If there are any groups that match my search, then of course they will actually show up right here. Now, keep in mind, depending on what you select right here, it says share as GrooveAsia.cm, or if I want to share as your own personal profile, this will also dictate what type of groups you're actually going to see. Okay, so as you can see, when I was at the GrooveAsia.cm moments ago, I was posting as that page, which means that I can only post to groups that I am actually a member of, using that particular page. Now that I'm using my personal profile, once again, now you can see that I actually have more to choose from. So now, if I want to choose and search for Malaysia, earlier, there were no search results, right? Because under the GrooveAsia.cm page, I actually did not join any of these groups called Malaysia, blah, 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 whatever. But under my own personal profile, you can see that I did. Right? And so with that, once you do a search over here, you can now choose whichever one of these groups that you want to share as or share into. And by the way, I highly, highly recommend this strategy, because when you post into groups and other people's groups and your groups, a lot of these groups, they have hundreds, sometimes thousands, sometimes tens of thousands of people, right? Just make sure that, of course, you're following the rules of all these different groups. For example, you're probably not going to want to share this into the Groove.cm group, because Groove.cm group does not allow us to share our own links, right? So keep that in mind. Make sure that whichever ones that you happen to be sharing, they do allow you to share. They do allow you to promote your links and whatever else. And just because a few of these don't necessarily allow us to do so, I can let you know there are definitely plenty of them, especially under the events categories, under the events category as well, speakers, authors, mastermind groups. If you do any types of searches in terms of, any country or city in Southeast Asia, Singapore, for example, right? A lot of these groups, they actually do allow you to promote as well. So join all the ones that are talking about, different types of entrepreneurship and business ideas across all the different Southeast Asian countries, especially if you are promoting the launch event, right? So as you can see on a search for Singapore, there's so many of these: Singapore Opportunities, Singapore Internet Marketer, Singapore Expat Network, Property for You, Expat Club, right? Events, investments. All these groups are full of people. I can probably tell you that between all of these, there's probably tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of active members inside. Combine that with Malaysia, combine that with Indonesia, combine that with Vietnam and Philippines and India and Bangladesh and Southeast Asia, just all the countries, right? Even Russia, because it's part of Asia, a big part of it as well, right? So with all of that, definitely join all these different groups. And once you have your event page up, use this feature to at a click of a button, okay? Simply click on one of these and click on share to that particular post to that particular group. And you can see that it's as simple as doing just that. You can type something in here if you want, such as your special invitation to join us at a private event happening next weekend with the top internet marketers in the world. Okay, so just as an example, I'm not going to use this. You can feel free to use this if you want to. I just basically typed it in. If you need help with writing a copy, go ahead and copy and paste it once again. You are welcome. Okay, so with all of that, yes, it is so simple for you to simply create a post and share this amongst any group, any page, or your own profiles that you want. And so with these different strategies, we highly recommend that you go ahead and do that. Okay, so with that, you can see that when you scroll down just a little bit, there's also some additional ways for you to invite friends. You can message them directly if you want to. So there's definitely multiple ways that you can go about promoting this as well. All right, so with that, one other thing that you can use if you absolutely want to go above and beyond, right? You will notice that, yes, what we just shared with you for inviting your own friends or sharing this to pages and sharing this to groups, they are free. And they're absolutely impactful because you can absolutely reach not just hundreds, potentially thousands of your own friends. But in addition, you can also share them to pages. You can share them to groups where, yeah, you're probably going to get access to hundreds of thousands of additional people, maybe even up to the millions, depending on which one that you're actually using, right? So these are great strategies and they're free. But here's another thing. Again, if you want to go above and beyond, you want to maximize your results, then as you can see, if you are using your own page, as you can see, not a personal profile, but an actual page itself, you actually have another option right here on the page for you to boost the event. Okay, so if you want to mess around with Facebook advertising, if you want to mess around with Facebook marketing, definitely consider the use of ads in your arsenal because it is extremely effective in your marketing as well. So if you want to go out there and leverage on Facebook marketing, I will tell you that it is yet another very effective strategy. Okay, so play around with that, click on boost event or create an actual ad itself. I believe if you go somewhere over here, such as the menu, right under here where it says create, you will see an option for you to create an ad as well. So simply do that. This is not going to be, unfortunately, a quick course for Facebook advertising because that's going to take days and days and definitely at the very least hours just for the basics. So I recommend that you play around with it yourself. Definitely, if you want as well, make sure that if you haven't already, stay tuned in about 24 hours from now, maybe a little bit longer. In fact, yes, about 24 hours from now. It's about 7:30 p.m. my time tomorrow at 7 p.m. Malaysia time, okay, which is the same time zone as Singapore, the exact same time zone as Hong Kong, the exact same time zone as China. If you want to learn more about marketing, more specifically, maybe even a little bit about Facebook marketing, the cool thing is that I have as a special guest one of the speakers for the GrooveAsia launch event, Mr. Fabian Lim. Okay, so make sure that once again, if you haven't already, and I'm gonna show this in the banner once again, join us in a variety of our various social media communities. And if for whatever reason you're not able to see how that looks like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and also type this in as well so that we can highlight this onto the screen. Make sure that you're able to see this, okay, grooveasia.cm GrooveAsia.cm/social. Once again, that's GrooveAsia.cm/social. Make sure that you're connected across all of our various social media, because just like today, anything can happen, right? Today, as you can see, we are not live in some of our Facebook groups, and that's because StreamYard decided to not cooperate with us. And unfortunately, it's not something that we can control. Okay, so with all of that, I believe that, of course, if you have the opportunity to connect with all of us, then the best thing for you to do is to connect with all those different types of social media platforms, because that will maximize your chances of being able to join us live. All right, so with that, these are a variety of different ways that we want to invite you to take action on the next steps to continue to promote the GrooveAsia launch event, because it's only just several days away, happening next weekend. So definitely, this is something that you will want to make sure that you don't miss out on. Nicholas is saying you can create these events in both your groups and pages. This way, you can add 50 people to each event. And in fact, you can also create it onto your own personal profile as well. If you simply go back to our training that we shared with you last time right over here. In fact, what I did was I used my own personal profile to show you step by step how you can also do the same thing. So yes, just like Nicholas said, in addition to what I showed you with your personal profile, you can also create this in your groups. You can also create this within your pages. Definitely take advantage of all the available resources. In fact, why not create for all of them? All the groups and all the pages that you have, because chances are you will be reaching out to different types of communities. Syed is saying which countries I want you to target. I don't know which countries you want me to target, but I want you to target all the countries. Why not? Right? This is a global community, and so don't let the GrooveAsia name fool you. In fact, if you go to GrooveAsia.cm/FAQ, for all of you who always have the same question over and over again, hey, does this need to be in Asia countries? Do I only target Asia geography? Can I only target people who are speaking Asian languages? The short answer is no. But if you want the long answer, go to GrooveAsia.cm/FAQ. Okay, once again, that's GrooveAsia.cm/FAQ. And once you are there, you will be able to see all of the answers of some of our most commonly asked questions. And hopefully that will serve to answer all of the questions, including questions like these. Which countries I want you to target? In reality, it doesn't matter. We've never actually said from day one that we are country specific, right? We always say that we are international, global, worldwide community, and that's what we're sticking to. Jeffrey is also saying this is so cool. Awesome, Jeffrey. I'm glad that you are receiving value. And of course, that goes with all of you here as well. So congratulations for all of you who have the opportunity right now to join us on the live version of this training, because unfortunately, for many people who are not connected with us in our GrooveAsia communities, as well as our YouTube channel, more importantly, right, then unfortunately, many people are losing access to the free full-time live version of this particular of this particular training, which means that of course you just lost the opportunity to engage and ask all these different questions, but in reality, of course, it doesn't really matter too much, because we do have a lot of replays that will be available for you. And as much as possible, we will share this content for those of you who may not be able to join us live. So don't worry, however, just to maximize your chances of not missing out on any golden gems as soon as they are made available, of course, join us live, turning on those notifications and making sure that you're connected with us across all of our various social media is the best way to go. All right, so with that, I highly encourage that you continue to take fast action and massive action in the promotion of the launch event, simply because it is coming very soon, and I don't want you to miss out on any of that. And Tyra is just joining us and saying good morning. A very good morning to you as well, Tyra. Thank you so much for joining us, and to make sure that you are a part of everything that we do, we want to make sure that you are, participating in all of our various projects. Okay, so with that, on behalf of the entire Groove team and myself, I want to thank you for being a big part of our training here today. Take action right now. Let me know if you have any questions, and we will see you on the inside. Cheers, folks. We'll see you in about 24 hours with Mr. Fabian Lim on a very, very special edition of Groove Live, otherwise known as G Live. You're definitely not going to want to miss that. We'll see you then.
You gotta get into the groove.